All right, the red light's on. The counter's counting. And the timer's timing. Which means we are recording. Take two. We'll explain later. Another episode of the GAJ Podcast. We are at episode 30, everybody. Episode 30. We are potentially maybe pretending to be a full-grown podcast, which is pretty cool. And if you've been with us since the beginning, thanks for hanging out with us. You'll notice the blue background because it is Blue October. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But for now, we're just going to call it Blue October, so blue background. Anyway, welcome to the show. We are your hosts. My name is Gerard, joined by my little brother Alex.
What's up, y'all?
And if you have been with us before, you'll notice that we are missing another key element of our team, JR. He is, once again, absent for this week. I did get the chance to chat with him earlier. He got a free phone call and was able to confirm that, yes, he has, in fact, been abducted by the Cybertrucks. His butthole hurts a little bit, but he said he's getting used to it and really starting to power through, so good for you, JR. Hang in there. We're working on a way to get you out.
Cybertrucks are here illegally. They need to be deported.
They need to be.
And then we're going to build a wall to Cybertruckia so they can't cross over.
Nothing against you, Elon, but your illegal kids got to go. Got to go. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Getting into our Teeny Bopper subscriber watch. We are stagnant. And just show you real quick what I am talking about.
Do we have any mystery subscribers?
We have to, because we are at 12 subscribers, and when I count, I feel like that's not 12.
One of them might be a friend of mine.
Granted, most of them are us, quite frankly.
One of them might be a friend of mine in Minnesota, because we're on a group text, and he mentioned something about if I went and did something, it would be a good talking point for the podcast. And I was like, I didn't know he knew about our podcast.
Yeah,
so it might be him.
Cool.
So, hey, Minnesota.
Thanks for joining us from Minnesota.
Possibly, if it's him. Who knows?
Hey. But you know what? We're doing all right. We're stuck at 12, but we are getting some plays. As you can see here, over the last 9 days are a little bit down in the lately, but watch time is up. So, you know, it is what it is. If I click over to Spotify, still stuck on 6. Getting a few plays here and there. August we had some day with somebody was listening to all our stuff, so thanks for listening. Hopefully it wasn't just one of us that hit play and did all that. So yeah, that's our subscriber watch. If you are watching and are not a subscriber, we would certainly love it if you would subscribe, whether that is on YouTube, on Spotify, or even better yet, on both. And if you do decide to subscribe and don't mind shouting out, we'd love to have you drop a little wavy emoji in the comments so we can welcome you by name. Or maybe even, you can always shoot us an email so to tell us that you don't want to be mentioned. We do have an email address, gagepodcast@gmail.com. If you have any stories that sound interesting, we aren't going to do anything too polarizing or controversial, but I'd actually like to bring around some good news, some cool articles about positive things happening in and around the world. So if you come across any and wouldn't mind sharing them with us, please feel free to send those to gagepodcast@gmail.com. if you would like, we'll give you a shout out, or if you don't want that, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to respect your privacy. But moving on. Where are we? Ashley Cameo Challenge. I am back in my normal studio, aka home, so I guess that is a possibility. She was working tonight, and the weather's nice, so she's probably going to be pretty busy, but you never know. You never know. If you do see her, be sure to drop a comment, "Hi Ashley," in the comment section, and if you don't mind, add a timestamp it with it too, and we'll let you know who got in first.
You can also
all right.
You can also count how many times, if for the YouTube viewers, you could count how many times I pick my nose and put that in the comments below too.
Yeah, totally.
So far, just one.
Totally. Absolutely, I like that. Especially if you do it while eating dinner. And with that, what is for dinner? What'd you have for dinner, dude?
Big booger sandwich. Woo!
Booger sandwiches.
No, I had something I started doing when you're single. you find cheap ways to make food, and when I was much younger, I used to make grilled cheese, and I thought, why not put meat in that? So I put
Hell
meat
yeah!
In it. So I did a grilled cheese with turkey in it and some leafy shit, and then I dipped it in marinara sauce because.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of a Midwest thing. My buddy, one of my college buddies, introduced me to this. Is when it's cold out, a good thing to eat is grilled cheese and tomato soup. But I didn't want to buy tomato soup, and I had marinara sauce, so I just use that as something. It works just as good. It's thicker.
Yeah, I do like a good grilled cheese with tomato soup. When I lived in Wisconsin, one of my favorite places to get a grilled cheese and tomato soup, they put bacon and avocado on the grilled cheese, and it was on Texas toast, which was awesome, super buttery. And you dip that sandwich in the tomato soup. It's good. It's delicious. I was actually pretty healthy, and part of that's because I have a fiance that cooks healthy food, and all I have to do is put a plate together and stick it in the microwave. But I had some reheated roasted, I think it was Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes with some baked chicken. And the chicken, it was just chicken breast, seasoned up, a little bit of oil so it doesn't dry out. But that was my dinner, so pretty low carb. I'm working on eating a little bit healthier. I'm starting to stick to my window of noon to 10 is my feeding window right now.
That's fucking huge, dude. That's 10 hours. That's
yeah,
not even fasting. I did a lot of intermittent fasting, especially when we went into the pandemic. So I got to the point where I don't consider it fasting unless I hit 20 hours. Like 16 hours is nothing. 18 hours, I'm like, yeah, maybe. It's like I don't consider fasting unless I hit 20 to 25 hours.
Well, but if I wait till noon, like especially if I'm at work, I usually don't end up eating that much anyway because I'm working. But also it means I don't eat as late.
If you're lifting weights, though, fasting's not that great of a.
I don't like it.
Are okay.
I don't like it if I'm lifting. I actually need to eat more often.
I've been lifting a lot.
I don't feel good.
It sounds kind of douchey, but I've been lifting a lot this year, so I kind of let go of the intermittent fasting. I just stick to 2 meals a day, no snacks.
The snacking thing is what I need to get in front of. Like I'm not. I like snacks, man. I like candy.
When I eat. If it's not one of my 2 meals, I don't eat at all. I kind of get a little more lax on Fridays and weekends, and also it kind of depends on if I lift and then I consume a protein shake, then I go, oh shit, I gotta go to the grocery store to pick up some turkey so I can make a sandwich. Then there's kind of a gray area where it's like, yeah, I consumed calories with a protein shake, and then it took me 30, 45 minutes, an hour to go to the store, grab some meat, come back home, make a sandwich, and eat something. That's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah, is it the most impressive fast? No, it's a what is it, 10-14 fast. Usually people try to do 16-8 or just a 24-hour or 48-hour fast. I'm doing 10-14.
When I was doing 24 and 48-hour fast, holy shit, did I lose some fucking fat really fast. Because I was wearing 32-inch waist jeans, and I couldn't wear them anymore. I had to drop down to 30. I had to buy new jeans. Dude, I felt so happy. I was buying new 30-inch waist jeans.
Even when I'm lean, like, I'm still in a 33-inch waist.
Yeah.
Like, when I was like 15% body fat, I was still wearing a 33. Like, I could get into a 32, but it wasn't comfortable.
Those 30-inch waist jeans are, I think I threw them out. I was like, there's no point in me keeping these because I fattened up. Because I ended up taking a job, and it was really stressful, and I fucking ballooned up.
Yeah.
I haven't gone down that much as far as fat-wise.
I don't think I just want to be a little more mobile, and especially, last week I didn't really do anything because the week before I strained my quadricep muscle, so I haven't done anything in a week and a half. I'm going to try to play softball tomorrow night. We're going to see how that goes.
Talking about injuries, dude, I hurt my Achilles and I couldn't walk for 3 days. So now I'm kind of slowly introducing going on walks. I'm not running. I'm not jumping rope. I've done an elliptical. Elliptical's probably okay because it's just not as much range of motion.
Yeah. So I guess we're into out and about. You're kind of hearing what we're doing. Speaking of out and about, I was at work today. Getting ready to go out to a networking event, and check this out. My phone starts ringing. I look at it, and this is what I took a screenshot of it. I didn't answer it, but I took a screenshot.
For those of you on Spotify, it is Pornhub.com. VIP.
Yeah, those of you on Spotify, even though I think you can see video on Spotify too, but the name that came up, I don't even think I looked at the number. The name that came up was Donald J. Trump. It was a Florida number, apparently, according to the screen. I took a screenshot and then ignored it because I'm not, I'm sure it's some political call. I've gotten them for several other candidates in the past too. Democrat and Republican, in case anybody's wondering. Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you get a call from Tim Walz, he teaches you how to fix your toilet.
Yeah.
If you get a call from JD Vance, he asks you
Vance.
JD, what did I say?
No, he probably says.
But if you get a call from JD Vance, he's going to ask
if you want your vote to count, you better go have a kid.
No, he's gonna say. By the way, what does your couch look like? Can you describe it to me? Can you text me a picture?
Yeah. You're not eating dogs and cats, are you?
I see you have an Ohio phone number.
Yeah, all right.
Are you Haitian? Are you an immigrant? I'm sure you're illegal.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny. I was like, oh, apparently Donald J. Trump is calling me. And apparently his number's stored in my phone. Or somebody paid to have their caller ID show up everywhere.
Hey, speaking of Springfield, do you think you think the Haitians just really like Skyline cheese conies and Kit Kats? So they're like, yeah, they are eating dogs and cats.
Ooh.
Maybe people are mad because they're like, oh, dude, Skyline's always full. We can't get the table. Or they go to the gas station and they're like, no more fucking Kit Kats. What the hell?
That's an interesting theory. They're not eating pet dogs and pet cats.
It's the Skyline effect. It's always Skyline time.
Chili cheese dogs.
Give me a break. It's
and Kit Kats. Totally makes sense. They are eating
misunderstanding the entire time.
And could you imagine? They weren't lying. They were eating dogs and cats. Hot dogs and Kit Kats. For those of you who do
not know about Skyline chili cheese conies, they're fucking awesome. So if Haitians love them, they're normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to America. Well, welcome to Ohio.
They're just eating what's delicious.
Welcome to Southern Ohio. No, not really an Ohio thing. Maybe it goes to Columbus. So you could say like Southern to Central Ohio.
If we're able to go to
Northern Ohio. Does not reach Cleveland or Akron or anywhere LeBron's from.
So if we're able to go back to Ohio for Thanksgiving, how many times do you predict we will eat Skyline chili?
Depends on how many days we're there.
Yeah.
I'd say at least once. However many days we're there, I'd say that many times.
I fully expect to have it if I can get there early enough on Wednesday. Fully expect to have it on Wednesday. Probably not Thursday, Friday. Probably Saturday too. Probably Sunday on the way out of town.
That was the last meal I had leaving Dayton, Ohio, with Skyline Chili.
I think it was the first and the last.
On the way to the airport. He's like, one more meal. He's like, where do you want to go? I said, you know what? Skyline. Let's do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh,
no, and I'll be back.
Forget Thanksgiving dinner, right? Give me some Skyline, some Marion's.
Oof, Marion's.
Donatos.
God, when you live in Southern California, or when you're from somewhere else other than Southern California, and people have heard us bitch about this all the time. Even when Johnny and JR's on here, we talked about it. Like, there's just the pizza's not the same in Southern California. It's just like, it's just Domino's. Domino's or Pizza Hut. Make sure you put extra sauce on there. There's just nothing like a Marion's or Chicago style or a Donato's or
there's just the unique pizzas from wherever you're from. Yeah, man.
Chicago, just that pizza place on the corner. Or if you're from New York, probably every pizza place that's on the corner and not on the corner.
That'd be cool. But I tell you where we're not going to be for Thanksgiving or tomorrow is the Southern Hemisphere. And the reason that would be cool is the solar eclipse is coming. The annular solar eclipse, aka the Ring of Fire, is going to happen. It's Tuesday, October 1st for anybody that doesn't know our recording schedule. We record on Tuesdays, usually release on Thursday. So for those of you that are listening on Thursday, there was an eclipse yesterday. Here in the U.S., I don't think you're going to notice it much. I think you'll see a little bit, but not really. The path of totality is rolling through the southern hemisphere, so I'm sure we'll see something, but not really anything that's going to make us want to stop and look up and potentially blind ourselves. So.
I heard that we actually have currently a second moon because there's an asteroid that's passing by.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Very, very small, though. You probably can't see it.
Actually read that. I wish I would have brought that story up because that's kind of interesting. I kind of want to see it.
I tried to find pictures of it and didn't find anything.
Is it happening already, or is it going to happen like next week?
I think it's happening right now up until, I'm going to say, I think I heard November 25th.
Ooh, really? Okay.
The mini moon.
Because I'm going to be deep in the middle of Arkansas in the Ozark National Forest at the end of next week, so I might see if I can get somewhere dark enough to look up and maybe see a second moon.
I'd say no one's posted pictures of it, so it's probably not visible. They say it's the size of a school bus. So school bus compared to, the actual moon, you're not going to see shit. You're probably not going to notice it.
Yeah. So in other breaking to us news, I mentioned that I titled the episode Blue October, and that is because Major League Baseball, it is playoff time. And if you look at least the wild card round, the Tigers, the Royals, the Mets, the Brewers, the Padres, the Braves, a lot of blue in there. So, and even the Astros. Not so much the Orioles. But it's a blue October in Major League Baseball. It is the wild card round. Unfortunately, our beloved Cubbies didn't make it. But
did the Dodgers make it?
The Dodgers get they skip the wild card. So
okay, I don't watch
the
baseball.
Indians, the Phillies, Yankees. So the Phillies and Dodgers in the National League.
Hold on before we
Indians and Yankees.
continue. I gotta say this. I think AI has gone too far. I don't think Shohei Ohtani is a real person. I think he's made from AI because every time I see him, he does this amazing thing, and I'm like, dude, that guy's not fucking real. What's this 50-50 club they're talking about?
Oh, dude.
Like, dude, this guy does not. He doesn't. And if you see this AI figure on your TV, he's not like super buff like Barry Bonds. You know, shout out steroids. He doesn't look like a total badass. He looks like a very passive Japanese guy who has a moderate-sized frame. He's pretty tall for a Japanese guy. That looks like.
Yeah, he is.
But that's AI.
He is an absolute.
That guy's not real.
Phenomenon.
Until I see him in person, phenomenon. That guy's not real.
Well, you're close to LA. You ought to go to a game. I'd like to go to a game.
He was on the Angels, and I don't understand how the Angels could let him go, and maybe unless he really.
Well, he did sign a $700 million contract.
So, Angels
10-year deal.
Angels open up the bank for him. He's a huge draw.
That's not only $70 million a year, but he deferred that to the end. Like,
oh, he's super smart.
He won't even start getting that for 10 years.
And that's
because he doesn't need it.
That's why I believe he's AI, because a human is not that smart.
Well, Bobby Bonilla, remember Bobby Bonilla Day? No, he wasn't getting anything. He wasn't getting $70 million. He's
not in the 50-50 club though.
That's true, but he did have the longest
he doesn't
MLB
pitch.
Contract. Where, well, for now, I don't know if I'm kind of curious. I don't know if Shohei Ohtani's going to pitch ever again. Anyway.
No. Fine. He'll just join the 60-60 club.
Look at what he's doing just as a DH. He doesn't even play the field. Like, are you gonna risk him getting hurt pitching?
Is there a DH in the National League now?
There is. Yep.
When did that start?
This year.
Okay. Wow.
This year.
Yeah, you can tell I don't watch baseball.
Which is why it made sense for him to be able to go to the National League. I mean, I hope he pitches again because that's such a cool thing, but when you're paying somebody $700 million a year and you're not going to risk the offensive production he gives you by letting him go out to the mound. I don't even think they're going to let him go out to the outfield.
I'm sure the AI algorithm is going to find it beneficial for him to pitch next year. You're like, watch how much more attention he can get. Watch him win a Cy Young.
That would be pretty fucking cool if he won the batting title and the Cy Young Award in the same year. That would be badass. That'd be badass.
That's how you know you're in a fucking simulation. Shout out Joe Rogan podcast. You're like, dude, that guy's not real. that guy doesn't exist. That's right. I'm not convinced Shohei Ohtani's real unless I actually go see him, and I'm not going to make a big effort to go see him.
Well,
I did when I was in LA though. I was in Little Tokyo, and they have I think I sent you a picture. There's a building where there's a big painting of him.
A Shohei? That's cool. Yeah. I would take a picture of that.
I did. I sent you.
I don't know if I saw that one. I'll have to look for it. So looking at all these teams, who are you rooting for? You gonna pick a horse in this race? Cleveland's in there.
I don't like LA teams, so no Dodgers.
I didn't think you were rooting for the Dodgers. I figured you might be.
I would go for like the anti-LA teams, like the Chargers or the Clippers. Not the Chargers anymore because they got Jim Harbaugh, and fuck him. So I just hate both football teams, but the Clippers for sure. The Angels. I don't like the Angels, but I kind of liked them back in college because I hate the Yankees, and they knocked the Yankees out of the playoffs.
I feel like something's wrong with the Angels when they had Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani and Albert Pujols, and they couldn't make the playoffs. Like, what is going on? So I digress. I'm picking the Royals, man. I'm not that I'm betting on them. Like, I am rooting for the Royals. Obviously, I live here in KC, so the Cubs aren't in it. So this season, I'm a Royals fan. In fact, I even wore my Bo Jackson shirt because Bo knows. Bo knows.
Yeah, didn't he end his career with the White Sox?
I think so. I think he might even still coach with the White Sox, but he went into the Royals Hall of Fame this year.
That's cool.
Yeah. He's also he's one of my favorite athletes of all time, so.
You know what? How about I pick the Padres? I feel like San Diego needs more teams there.
I don't mind that.
San Diego's probably the best city in the United States.
I'm not a big Manny Machado fan, but
not even know who's on the team. They have very terrible City Connect jerseys because our cousin down in San Diego took me to a game and she's telling me about how bad the City Connect jerseys were, and then someone walked by with it, and I was like, "That is fucking ugly." If I could
they have terrible. What did you call it? A City Connection jersey?
City Connect, yeah, like my Wrigleyville jersey for the Cubs.
Oh,
White Sox,
yeah.
White Sox one says South Side.
Yeah, I actually want one of those Wrigleyville Field jerseys.
I remember seeing that at Dick's Sporting Goods when I was in Chicago. I was like, I am going home with one of those.
Yeah. You know who I'm not rooting for? Even like rooting against more than the Brewers? The Astros. Fuck the Astros. I fucking hate that.
Have they lived? Are they past the cheating scandal?
I mean, a lot of guys have left already.
Didn't they win last year or was it the year before?
Because
I felt like they won legitimately. It's not like Michigan. They have one cheating win and they have one legitimate win.
I think the last one was legitimate, but just because but that was with players that cheated that probably shouldn't have been there. They didn't.
Okay.
I mean, when you think about like I think it was the 1919 White Sox, 8 men out.
Is that the Black Sox?
Yeah.
Field of Dreams?
They got banned for life. Pete Rose was betting on the team. He wasn't cheating. He was just betting on the team to win because he was trying to win. And he got banned for life. Speaking of sad news in the world today, the hit king Pete Rose passed away. Hoping passes away at 83. Did not get to live to see his reinstatement into baseball and ultimately the Hall of Fame.
If he was banned for life, technically he should be eligible for the Hall of Fame now.
Ironically, I think he will get reinstated posthumously at some point. I don't know if Manfred will do it.
Immediately, the first chance, the first next ballot.
What I think I disagree. And I think Pete Rose as a person is kind of a piece of shit.
He's a damn good baseball player.
When you think about what he accomplished on the field, you know, his hit record will never be touched again because of off days and shorter careers, and it's just never going to be touched. What I don't like about what Manfred did was, you know, when he talked to Pete Rose and considered reinstating him, his deal was like Pete Rose hasn't changed his life enough to show that whatever. It had nothing to do with what he accomplished as a baseball player. And that's why he didn't reinstate him. So I think that's kind of effed up.
Yeah, there's no cheating when it comes to the controversy around him. There's no, Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, steroid.
They were using steroids. The Astros had fucking buzzers and trash cans that they were beating on. And they got nothing. And that kind of pisses me off. I think it's a travesty. And again, I think Pete Rose is kind of a piece of shit. If you've ever seen him in person, he's kind of arrogant, kind of an asshole, but I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Never meet your heroes, is what they say.
Yeah. Well, he's not my hero, so. I just think what he accomplished, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he has a blemish in that he gambled, but he bet on his team. It's not like he bet against his team and then had motivation to lose on purpose. But yeah, I don't know. I think I think it's time. He's unfortunately not going to get to give a speech, but I think it's time to put him back in where he belongs so he can be inducted into the Hall of Fame, rightfully so. But yeah. In nicer news, President Jimmy Carter hit the century mark. President Jimmy Carter is 100 years old today.
I have not seen a recent picture of him until now. He looks 100.
He's he's on hospice care, so I mean he's
oh shit.
Yeah.
So he's on the way out.
But I mean here it is. Last 19 months, hospice care in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. So anyway, happy birthday, President Carter. I think he's still, cognizant, lucid. He just, he's very, very weak. And he's president, so they put him on hospice care a lot earlier than most people probably. So, yeah. And then the news you've all been waiting for. Diddy's favorite party guest.
Do an extra D in there for triple D's.
Oh, yeah. I misspelled that, didn't I?
It's a hint at the bra size of Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's kind of like signifies just how many people he diddied, how many boys he diddied. But his favorite party guest. Any guesses out there? Any guesses? Put it in the comments. Hit pause. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. I'm curious. Yeah. Mace, went like, ironically, went like Christian rap at some point, I believe.
Dude, his 90s shit's still awesome, dude. It still kicks.
Oh, yeah. I love it when I hear it. I'm still going to listen to Diddy's music when he gets offs himself in prison. But Diddy's favorite white party guest, Hollywood heavyweight Leonardo DiCaprio. Holy
freak out,
bro. I don't follow like Hollywood tabloids or anything like that very much, but not who I would have thought of. Pretty crazy. Actually, that's funny. There's a side article here with Ashton Kutcher. I think he's trying to distance himself. LeBron James. They showed a clip of LeBron James. They were on like a video call, and Bronny was like, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party."
Bronny or LeBron?
LeBron James. Saw that clip. Ashton Kutcher, I guess. I didn't read this. I think Ashley read it. That Mila Kunis took
They're
their
Bears
kids,
fans.
and they are Bears fans, but she took their kids and moved out of the house. And the speculation, according to Ashley, is that she doesn't want the house to get raided while the kids are there, because she thinks that could be coming their way. So, interesting things. Man,
that cast from that 70s show, are they gonna start dropping? Because we have.
I know, yeah. Masterson just got charged.
No, he's been in jail for a while now.
And then
he did some bad things.
I think. I think he was aided. Well, I don't know. So if you ever read or watch anything on like Scientology, there's speculation out there that they let it happen, But anyway, don't want to do that. But yeah, Diddy named Leonardo DiCaprio, and I don't know if this is something recent he named him, or if just combing through tweets, just like they did to find like LeBron saying "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." Um, pictures with Ashton Kutcher. And then this old tweet. Diddy says Leonardo DiCaprio is his favorite guest at his parties. Hollywood is a sick place.
Yeah, that's true.
Hollywood is a sick place, but it was a sick place long before all this shit.
There was a guy named Harvey Weinstein. Actually, there still is a guy named Harvey Weinstein.
There
He's
still
in jail.
is. He's just in prison. So, yeah, I wonder what is this one? The guest list for the upscale birthday bash included who's who of superstars, including Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kate Beckinsale, Post Malone. What? All Diddying.
Kate Beckinsale.
That's sad. That makes me sad.
I'd like to see her at a freak off.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. I am a big Kate Beckinsale fan. Even now, still. But, yeah. And then the one thing I don't have a banner for, I'm sure a lot of you watched it. The vice presidential debate happened tonight. Sorry, 2 nights ago, because you're probably listening to this on Thursday. We record on Tuesday. It was, ironically, it was almost boring because it was civil. Right?
Yeah, I missed most of it because I'd rather be outside. But when I turned it on, it was just, I felt like it was just like watching paint dry. I was waiting for, start bitching about your golf score or start talking about eating dogs and cats or having concepts of a plan.
I hate to admit it, but it was like boring because it was so civil. Like it became background noise while I was feeding the dog and making my own
material that I'm going to see on
SNL.
And on The Daily Show, and on Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert. This is boring. Comedians can't do anything with this.
Yeah, I will say this though. I thought JD Vance was going to be kind of a hothead and start going off on just getting loud, puffing his chest, going off on tangents. I felt like he did pretty well. I think he held his own pretty well.
As long as you listen to the words he's saying. Because once I was listening to the words he was saying, I was just like, okay, this is kind of typical politics.
I actually thought I thought he presented pretty well until they got on all the January 6th stuff.
Yeah. And he says, I'm going to answer your question because you asked it, and then he never answered it. I was like, yep, this is typical. This is typical politician shit.
But I think anybody that was going to run on the ticket with Trump, they were going to get to that, and it was not going to be a fun part of the debate. And to Waltz's credit, he waited till toward the end of the debate to hammer on it, and I think Waltz handled it about as well as he could, but it was never going to be good without pissing President Trump off, so it is what it is. I thought he presented okay. Yeah.
The part I saw, he was okay because when you see other videos of JD Vance, he is not smooth at all. I saw that donut shop.
That's why.
I saw his response to Taylor Swift, and I was like, this guy's trying to sabotage Trump. If he answered like that, he's definitely not on the same side as Trump.
That's why I was like, this is going to be a shit show. I honestly, in my head, I was like, maybe not quite to the extent of Trump, but I was like, this guy's going to just start going off on shit and not have much substance. I thought he did pretty well, to be honest. Based on some of the things I've read, I still don't know that I can vote for him, but we'll see. I'm very much undecided.
I missed most of it. Did they ask him about the couch?
I don't know. Like I said, it became kind of background noise because it was so civil, which, much respect to both of them, that they were able to be gentlemen and really have a pretty civil debate that was well thought out rather than just flinging poo at each other.
Which is how it should be. It's just that we've come to expect a total shit show. And we're like,
Yeah,
okay, where's the next thing? Where's the next TikTok clip we can make? Where's the next
100%.
meme?
I was waiting for a train wreck, and then I would have been like honed in, but it wasn't a train wreck, and I wish I would have seen the value in that one and paid more attention to the substance of the debate. But oh well.
Yeah, what you're gonna find comedians do now is just
Yeah.
talk about how boring it was. And they're gonna
Either
try
way-
to replicate it. And it's gonna
Either
go nowhere.
way, I encourage all of you out there to read up on your on the candidates. If you want to vote and you want to vote for somebody who represents you, read up on the candidates. Read them from multiple angles, multiple different news sources. Do your due diligence and really figure out who they are, what they stand for. More importantly, like what's important to you issue wise, and which candidates are going to support your position more.
You just
And
paraphrase Taylor Swift's Instagram post.
Well, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Brittany
Caitlin
Mahomes.
Clark.
Yeah, all of
Caitlin
them.
Clark.
They're right. Like do your research. Don't vote for somebody because your favorite athlete or your favorite celebrity is voting for them, or whatever. Like, figure out. Look at all the issues. Take into account which ones are most important to you and which candidates are going to support that more. Or, figure out what sort of balance you need to have and figure out which one most closely resembles that. That's how you vote. That's how you should vote, in my opinion. But, yeah.
And I encourage you, if you figure that shit out, if you don't figure that shit out, watch SNL because it's back. It's a new season. They have new actors. They have
Season
Doug
50.
Emhoff. They have Tim Walz. They have J.D. Vance. Of course, they're going to have Maya Rudolph back as Kamala Harris. And they have a guy they have that's actually on the cast who does a great Trump impression. Actually, I think they hired him because he does.
There's two guys that did a pretty good job last
Oh, they have a new
week,
Joe Biden. Oh, God, he was good. It's, is it Dana
Isn't it
Carvey?
Wasn't it Mikey Day being
No, I think it's Dana Carvey.
It was Dana Carvey. It was
Dana
Dana
Carvey,
Carvey.
Joe Biden, and Andy Samberg is Doug Emhoff. Jim Gaffigan. It took me a while to figure out who
Gaffigan
Tim
was in there, yeah.
Jim Gaffigan is what I found
Yeah, but
out.
are they all going to stay there? Because I get it. Like, they were there to kick off the 50th season of SNL, which is pretty cool.
They'll be there they'll be there up until November, December. They may ask them to come back. I bet they put them in like, hey, we need you to play up until January or February or whatever it is. And they're like, hell yeah. Maya Rudolph already knew. Like, she knew a while ago because I saw interviews with her. She's like, yeah, I'm coming back Saturday Night Live. And then I forgot to mention.
Oh, I'll be honest, I didn't realize she had
being
left.
played by Bowen Young.
Yeah.
Well,
was
I was
pretty funny.
like, did they just run out of people, or just like a budget thing, or are they like, hey, guess what? You know what's really funny? Bowen Young.
That was pretty good. I thought.
Put a beard and eyeliner on him. Boom.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's.
So
I don't really
if
watch
anything-
Saturday Night Live when it's on. I usually watch the clips on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Over
I'm
the
a
next
cable
week.
cutter. I'm a cable cutter, so I can't even watch it. But I know that their YouTube channel posts it up pretty quickly.
Pretty quick, yeah.
I watched the cold open, which is where you're going to get the awesome, presidential.
That was a good one. I did watch that. That was pretty good.
Depending on who the guest is, I might watch the opening monologue, and of course, you got to watch the weekend update because that just
I do watch the
that is
weekend
at the
update
top of its game.
on YouTube. Oh my gosh, it's especially when they do the thing where they write jokes for each other to read.
Yeah, I wish they did that more
Hilarious.
often, but they do save it for. I think it's final
Like
episode
Christmas
of the
time.
season. Christmas
Yeah.
time or final episode of the season.
Oh, it's so good.
Now back.
So
and it's
good.
good. Well,
It's good stuff. Good
if
stuff.
the parts that you think are going to be good, they're good. The other stuff is kind of like, yeah, typical SNL stuff. And you might get a giggle out of it, or you might just skip it altogether.
So, kind of something that just popped in my head. We're working on it. We haven't worked out the logistics, but for those of you out there, Alex and I do not live in the same state. In fact, we live at 2 time zones apart. But we may be in the same time zone together for Thanksgiving. If we do that, there may be an opportunity to record an episode together, but it wouldn't be on our normal schedule. Would you like to see that? Let us know down in the comments. You want to see us record together over Thanksgiving weekend, or should we keep our normal recording schedule, in which case we'd record on Tuesdays? We would not be in the same state yet at that point. Let us know down in the comments. We might even be able to have some guest appearances from other family, my fiance, maybe JR and some other friends there. We'll see if we can work something out. I think it'd be fun to potentially do something where at least 2 of the 3 of us are in the same place, but I'm kind of curious to know what you guys think. So post in the comments, or even, like I said, excuse me, shoot us an email at gagepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Also, if you see any cool, positive, uplifting stories out there that would be fun to cover, or just something interesting, scientific, whatever, or something funny, send it our way. We'd love to have you contribute to the show, and we would certainly appreciate it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Or even clips. If you're watching SNL, you are seeing some funny clips, send them our way so we can talk about it and maybe relight the laughter fire in you while we're talking about it. What else is going on, man? I think we got about a little less than 3 minutes left. We worked through a couple of things, so you guys obviously don't see what happens behind the scenes. We have hit record twice for this episode.
Technical difficulties are a bitch.
Technical difficulties. We thought we had them ironed out. We tested them before to hit record, and then hit record, and just like that, things stopped working. So rather than bring you another absolute shit show of an episode, we decided to regroup, start over, and give you something that's a little more presentable. With that said, we are still who we are. We're not professional entertainers. We're not professional sources of information or accredited sources of information, whatever you want to call it. We're just covering some interesting stories, having conversations about it, and hoping one day along the way you will engage in some of these conversations with us. Whether that's through chat, comments, email, whatever the case may be. Let us know what you think. Fact check us. Please, fact check us. I'm not, like I said, I'm not pretending to be any sort of accredited source of information. So if we're talking about something and it's wrong and you hear it, feel free to call us out on it. That's all.
Yeah, this is not a presidential debate. So if you fact check us, we're not going to bitch.
Yeah, we're not going to bitch. We'll just acknowledge. We might do our own little research, but more than happy to acknowledge when we're wrong and make sure we are sharing correct information if and when we are presented with corrections. So, yeah. What else, man? What else do we have to cover today? JR, hopefully the Cybertrucks are being a little more gentle to you this week, and letting you get out, make a little bit of money so that you can afford to pay for your icy donut.
If you want to escape the Cybertrucks, just pour water on them.
Yeah.
I heard that shorts them out.
Or bring your figure out how to sneak your skateboard in and just use them as a ramp, and then they're going to get really annoyed and probably just leave you alone. Maybe try to go to Mexico or something. I don't know. Yeah. What else? What else? We picked our food, by the way, for the wedding in next year. Um, got some fun stuff. A lot of seafood. Seeing as we're gonna be in a tropical area. You down with some seafood for a
Yeah.
wedding meal? It's gonna be pretty dope. Some good desserts. You, just like me, will probably be a little bit busy because while the appetizers are going around, we're gonna be taking some pictures. So,
Yay.
but yeah, you know what? I think we can start wrapping up. We'll get into our closing thoughts. The timer actually just went off anyway. Closing thoughts on this first day of Blue October. What you got?
Let's see. If you're into gangster movies, which I'm not, or gangster TV shows, which I'm not, watch The Penguin. It's gangster as shit.
Oh yeah,
I love that show. I don't like gangster shit. It's
I
like
still want to watch Deadpool.
it's like The Penguin is like if you watch the Batman, it's just a continuation of that. With Batman, it just focuses on a different character.
I am so far behind on the
it's not for
Batman
kids.
movies.
It's a very
It doesn't
rated
look
R.
like it.
It's a very rated R type show, or TVMA, whatever you want to call it. People do die. This is a gangster show.
Do you need to see any of the previous movies to really understand what's going on?
Well, you should see the Batman anyway. The Batman is probably one of the most amazing comic book movies, or any movie that has been put out recently. It's pretty much like the movie Seven. It's just Batman.
What about the Joker?
The
Did you watch
Joker?
that at all?
It's not connected to the Penguin. That's its
Okay.
own separate thing. That comes out
Okay.
in a few days. The Penguin. I'm not into gangsters, and believe it or not, that's Colin Farrell under there, and that psycho-looking girl that's in the show. That's pretty intense. That's the mother from How I Met Your Mother. The one you thought was all cute and sweet. She's showing some range when it comes to acting, though.
What
She
movie?
needs
That's
care.
in the Penguin?
What?
That's in the Penguin?
The actress.
Yeah, I know. She's in that movie?
It's a TV show.
Oh.
Penguin's a TV show. They've dropped 2 episodes so far.
Oh, I didn't know it was a TV show. What's the movie that just came out? Oh, that's... Wait a minute. I'm confused.
The Penguin's
myself.
connected to the Batman movie.
Yeah. Okay.
About 2 years ago.
Anyway, I have thoroughly confused myself, but yeah. Closing thoughts. Happy Blue October. Happy Rocktober. Bono's baseball. Go Royals. Cubs are out, so Cubs are making a bunch of changes. Oh, thank you, Kyle Hendricks. I'm a big Cubs fan. Kyle Hendricks pitched a
Purple
great
Haze!
game in what
No,
is
that's-
possibly his last game as a Cub. Maybe his last game of his career.
I watched that clip. It was pretty
Through
cool.
Through 7 shutout innings and gave him a real nice send off, and then interviewed him the next day. Sounds like all the core guys from the 2016 team reached out to congratulate him on a heck of a career, if that's what it is, or at least a heck of a career with the Cubs. So Kyle Hendricks is kind of the last guy from the World Series team. Was he
2016?
Was Ian Happ there that year?
I don't think so. Because I heard that he's the last guy. Hendricks is the last guy.
Yeah, I think so. That's
I was wondering about who else Ian Happ kind of came up, but
I think Ian Happ was on his way up, but I don't think he was on the big league roster yet. But yeah, that makes me sad, man. Man, I thought that team was gonna do some cool shit, and just could not stay healthy. COVID didn't help, and then contract time gotta make room. Can't pay everybody. But man, what a run that was What a run it was. Anyway,
We didn't talk about how Tom Brady was almost a Bear.
we didn't. I meant to write that down.
Or not even
forgot.
that big of news. It's more like big reveal that kind of came out back before he went to the Buccaneers, and people never really latched onto it until now.
Well, I think people said it, and especially Bears fans, but nobody thought it was really in the cards. Is he really going to go somewhere cold?
Yeah, I think he might have just said that just to get clicks, because Tom Brady's in a new role right now.
That's true, but supposedly they have notes from when he was doing that, and sounds like the Bears just didn't offer enough money.
He would have gotten to Chicago and be like, "Fuck this place. There's something haunted about this team," and they would have left.
It would have been cool though, because he would have gotten all the shitty coaches fired first, and then we could have.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of the Bears, dude, freaking Simone Biles showed up at the game, and she was looking pretty damn good in that Bears attire.
Good.
I'm like, dude, put her on camera, like you do with Taylor Swift.
As long as she's wearing the Bears gear,
she just represented America and won gold medals and a silver medal, and
she's
designated as the GOAT of gymnastics.
She's freaking Miss America, dude.
Put her on camera.
Miss America. She's like
in the games.
She's like the female version of Captain America. But anyway, I think we're gonna call it there. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you haven't already, we'd love to get you to throw some comments in the comments section, like the episode, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to get to 13 subscribers, kind of uber organically. I think once we get through this season / year, we're going to make a little more push to be out there a little more so that we can grow the channel a little bit. But those of you that have found us up to this point, thank you for being here. I think that's about it. I think let's cue up this music and we'll call it a show. Thanks again. This has been yet another episode of the GAJ Podcast.
Yeehaw!
We'll see you guys all later. I am still on the reverb. See you guys all later. Have a great week. Recording next Tuesday. Coming out next Thursday. Adios, everybody. Bye-bye.